Hi you guys, so about a month or so, or like pretty soon after we moved to Singapore, we actually kind of unpacked everything. We still have a lot more stuff coming, but we stayed here long enough just to get settled and move into the new place versus staying in a hotel. And then we went to Hawaii. So yeah, it's kind of a trip that I wanted to take for a really long time. It was my parents' 25th wedding anniversary, also my birthday, so it just felt like the right time to be home. Yeah, it was a really great time, and here's how it went. We are off to Hawaii!
Woo!
So we started off our flight in our classic airline lounge at Changi. Here we are eating some breakfast. They had a wide selection of really good food. Also though, they had some questionable eggs that came in the form of like gloopy glop, but nevertheless it was really good and we were ready to start our day. So there's no direct flight from Singapore to Hawaii yet, and while we were traveling on Hawaiian doesn't operate the initial first leg from Singapore to Japan, so we flew on JAL, which is a partner airlines, and we sat in Economy Plus for a 7.5 hour long flight. We were really excited by the food offerings available on board, and they had both an East and West menu. So for the West, they gave us some chicken and rice, and the East had chili crab with steamed veggies. We also had some fruit on the side and some cold noodles with really delicious sauce, also a side dish of cucumbers and shrimp, and we ended our meal with some Singaporean-made ice cream. Lastly, we caught up on our fair share of movies and had a nice nap before landing in Tokyo. Once we arrived in Tokyo, an agent met us at the gate and took us straight to the Hawaiian counter. We got to bypass all of security, so we would highly recommend that route if you're ever doing that flight path. Of course, we did some shopping to take home to Hawaii and managed to finesse ourselves into a lounge. It was beautiful and the food offerings were so good. We had to wait in this line and it was kind of like a service station, so once we got to the counter, we ordered our food and they served it right then and there. Hans got a curry and I got this little set box that had a bunch of little Japanese side dishes, some fish, some taiyaki, and of course we got some coffee to refuel our day and ate it all up. So we just finished the first leg of our trip and we're here in Japan. We took our flight from Singapore and we have a 3-hour layover here before we go to Hawaii. Needless to say, the second leg of our flight was quite cozy and tasty. We flew Hawaiian and it was about 7.5 hours long. To our surprise, we were bumped up to business class and we got these amazing and super cute tote bags. The food was incredible, but our only complaint was that there's no Wi-Fi available on board. So if you're planning to do any work, make sure that you are working offline or that you're doing some content that doesn't require any connectivity. But yeah, aside from that, we had an enjoyable flight, landed safely in Hawaii, and we're excited for the trip ahead.